pile one, you went ahead and chose this heart. So this reading is going to be about what are people realizing about you. In pile one, I just want to say that from what I'm channeling for you, your life experience, the lessons that you have been learning up to late has not been an easy road for you. And for some reason, I feel like I need to confirm that you are on the right path in life. I just want to say that because I feel like I'm kind of getting you feel like you were the scorned woman in life or the scorned man. You've been shamed by people. People have treated you like the enemy. People have ridiculed you, made you feel outcasted. Like, I'm kind of getting that you were being seen as Lilith or even Eve in the Bible, where God kind of scorned them, right? Made them appear that they were evil or that they were doing something that was bad. And I just want to say that you are stronger than you know. The things that you have experienced, the things that you have gone through in this life, you are so much more powerful than you give yourself credit for. I feel like what people are noticing about you, what they're recognizing in you, is this warrior mindset that you have. You are someone that does not give up. You're someone that keeps persisting. You're someone that keeps pushing themselves, and you're always someone that keeps going. But what I'm also going to say about you is you are in the process of a inner transformation right now. There is a sense of a new beginning that's about to embark in your life, and I feel like this is about your identity, your ego, and your self-expression. I want to see when, like what time frame. This is a timeless reading, pile one, but I want to see what time or month of your life this kind of new beginning is going to be unfolding for you. So let's see. So we got Aries season, which is really funny because I heard April, but I didn't want to say it yet. So April, March and April could be a time frame of when this new identity or this new sense of self is going to be unfolding for other people to actually witness. I don't really know what's going on astrologically, pile one, but I've been getting so many messages about Aries season, March, April timeframe, where there's going to be a really big shift in the collective. And if I'm not wrong, I feel like there's a solar eclipse in the month of April. If you're watching this in 2024 anyway, if you're watching this when I post this, in the month of April, there's a solar eclipse. And I feel like around that time for you, there's going to be a shift in your energy. And I feel like what you're going to be stepping into, that people are going to be realizing about you, pile one, is there's like almost like this darkness in you, and I'm not trying to say that to scare you. It's not a bad thing. Um, there's a little bit of a darkness in you. But what's funny is I feel like you're going to be transmuting this darkness and wielding it as a sense of power. This time in your life, you are going to be proving a lot of people wrong in terms to what they can get away with when it comes to taking advantage of you, making you feel like you're a victim, making you feel like you're the villain. I'm getting that you've been rejected a lot in life, and it doesn't have to be romantic or friends, but you've been feeling like outcasted in a way. And I want to say to you that a lot of the things that you've gone through in your life has been a buildup of what you are about to become right now. I feel like what's happening is there has been something hidden inside of you. I really am getting that. There's a hidden potential, a hidden spark, and a lot of the things that you've gone through in your life has been seen as triggers. I feel like spirit has been trying to help trigger this more outspoken you, this more bold you, this more resilient you. Because I'm not gonna lie, pile one, I'm kind of getting that you've been trying to keep your, because I'm really getting a lot of it is channeling anger, right? You've been angry with how your life has been going. You've been angry with how people take advantage of you or treat you, but you haven't been doing anything about it, right? You've been allowing this cycle to keep continuing. And I really feel like that around this time frame, around the March April time frame, there's going to be a change in perspective where something kind of just clicks, like you snap out of something and you're like, no more. And you will start making a lot of adjustments and changes in your life. I'm not saying that your anger is going to be seen as, petty, you're going to be hurting people, nothing like that. But you're going to be fueling your tank of proactivity and inspiration and activation. Like I really feel like you're transmuting it in a way where it's fueling this power in you, where you feel confident enough to make choices that you've been wanting to make for years, is what I'm hearing. You're finally going to be stepping into this more independent role where you feel like you can rely on yourself and no one else. So people are going to be realizing there's something very powerful about you that they can't really put together. I feel like people are going to be trying to like figure out like, how did you change? Why is it that you're coming off as a lot more in tune to yourself? This I don't give a fuck energy, right? And I think it's because you've kind of had this all along, but there's something about how your patience meter, your patience, I guess there's like been a level where it's been kind of like just simmering, right? You've been kind of like almost hitting this peak of like, I'm done, but it's like never really hit that point. And I am seeing there's going to be something that happens where you're kind of just like, I am so ready for something new in my life. And what's going to begin with that new chapter is me. I do want to figure out, I feel like it's more about you believing in yourself, right? I think what's going to be changing is you're going to be believing in yourself and in your confidence and in your inner voice that you can apply yourself and make the changes that you want to make. Before I go ahead and see what this tipping point is, because I feel like there's a tipping point that's going to happen that makes it so that you start making changes. Let's go ahead and read what this card says behind the butterfly. I choose to live with courage. I do not allow others to intimidate me. I stand my ground and I never give up. You are going to be making people realize how strong that you are. Again, you have a warrior mindset. You're not going to be allowing people to, wow, I'm really getting that you've been making other people allow you to feel small. Like you'll start to kind of get this anger, or you'll get this like, I don't give a fuck, I'm going to change my life. And then someone makes you feel insecure about it, or you try to like bottle your feelings. I feel like there's going to be an explosion of self-expression that will help redirect you to make changes for yourself and in your life, where you're going to be seen more, you're going to be coming across as louder. You actually may be standing more in your sexuality and in your truth, right? But I'm seeing this as people are going to be looking at you as extremely rebellious, but in a good way. And I feel like there's this sense to you where you're not going to really care what people say about you. Because I am getting nothing's really changing about the situation. I feel like it's you that's changing. Like there's going to be the same, Nancy naysayers that say crap about you. But what's different is you're not putting up with it anymore. And you're actually going to be like standing your ground and talking back to these people. And I also feel like you're going to be living your life where it's a lot more extreme, because I'm feeling a lot of boldness. Like you're going to be like turning up the volume when it comes to your self-expression and how you talk about yourself, as well as your lifestyle choices. And I really am getting that you want to try new things in life. There's a lot of things that you haven't been really allowing yourself to go after or try. And I'm kind of getting a very hermity feeling. And I'm sensing that around this April, March timeframe, you're going to start choosing different things to start incorporating into your life that kind of help you get out of your shell. But I do want to see what it is that you're going to be experiencing that's going to be seen as your tipping point, because I feel like there's a tipping point that's going to happen for you that's going to be making it so that this new you comes out. And then after this, I want to see some more details about the new you. So the tipping point is, again, opposition. Do you see what this says? You're going to be triggered, right? Unbalanced, calls out, mirrors, confronts, power struggles, polar opposites, tests. Your spirit guides are going to be having people trigger the fuck out of you, reflecting back to you the things that maybe you are not liking about yourself right now. Maybe these are things that you are like, I don't want to be this way anymore. It's like these things that are going to be happening it's going to be like, again, it's going to be a power struggle of like, what more can I expect? What more can I keep experiencing? Like, what's going to be that one thing that pushes you off the edge where you're like saying no more? And I'm hearing this song. What is that song called? I'm hearing Haven't I Given Enough? I don't know what that song is called. I'm going to have to look it up, but it's like, haven't I given enough? Haven't I given enough? Like, you've been giving so much of yourself and so much of your energy to the point where your battery life is at like 1%. And I feel like there's going to be one more thing, one more person, one more comment that is said towards you that's going to be making that's so funny. Taurus was underneath the deck, which again represents the bull. It's going to be making you see red, and you're going to be like, fuck this. I've had enough of this. Because think about bulls, right? Taurus. They're actually very peaceful animals. I was just telling my friend about this. Bulls are actually, and cows in general, they're actually very peaceful, patient, loving, sensitive creatures. But they can reach their limit, right? When they get triggered, when they get pushed around too much, when they get bullied, then they're like, putting up their defense, and they're like, no more, right? But it's not all the time. But people perceive, in my personal opinion, Tauruses and bulls to be extremely stubborn, and they almost see Tauruses as, oh yeah, they're stubborn, they're hard-headed. Yeah, when it's something that they value, when it's something that they are, something that they care about. Again, the second house in Taurus, this is all about your security. When their security or their stability is threatened, right? When their sense of worth is threatened, that's when the strong, crazy, bull, the one that's going to fight for their life, is going to come out. But that's not how they are 24/7. And again, you are going to be seen, or maybe you have been seen, as someone that's angry or stubborn or possessive, or someone that's hard-headed, someone that's hard to get along with, or maybe you're going to be seen as that in the future. But again, this isn't how you usually are. This is just people that have pushed you around too much, and you need to like show your teeth so that people know like they can't take advantage of you anymore, right? But for the most of the time, people see you as very loving, very loyal, right? Someone that's very patient. When I think of Taurus placements, this is someone that's very sensual, someone that's very in tune to themselves, their physical body. Tauruses know how to embrace the finer things in life. They can treat their loved ones very, very well because they can appreciate the senses. Someone that's also very in tune to beauty and the arts, love, because again, it's ruled by Venus. So there's a lot of positive attributes. I actually feel like another thing that you're going to be exploring is how to make yourself look and feel your best. And it doesn't have to just be something that's superficial as your looks. I do sense that's going to be a change that you're going to be embarking though. But I feel like you're going to be finding things that make you feel more peaceful, make you feel more balanced in life. Like, what things do you enjoy about your life? What things do you value? And you're going to find those things, and you're going to latch onto them, and you're going to be able to kind of dive deep into that. And I'm actually seeing, for some of you guys, you may be getting into a new hobby. And this new hobby or this new way of self-expression is going to be healing a inner wound in yourself where you felt like you weren't allowed to do this, or it felt like something that you weren't good at. I feel like whatever this is going to be something that really teaches you not just how to heal yourself, but how to be more self-expressive, right? Whatever this is going to be really healing to your soul. So this could be a hobby, this could be a musical instrument, this could just be how you want to start taking action in your life, or even just making changes about you yourself is going to be extremely healing. But I also feel like this is going to be a very beautiful process as well. I feel like a lot of people are going to be complimenting you on this. They're going to be asking you, like, how did you do that? I'm also seeing this is going to be seen as very authentic in your expression. And people are going to be saying, like, how good this looks on you. This change looks really good, really refreshing on you. So I want to see what ways you are going to be embracing change. What people are going to be noticing about you that's going to be seen as different, right? So let's go ahead and see what that is with my tarot cards here. I'm hearing something about adapting. You may be seen, I'm channeling, you're going to be seen as someone that's more go with the flow, which is kind of funny because, again, Taurus, people may see you as someone that's stubborn, which I feel like you will be stubborn with some things. But you just will come off with someone that's a lot more peaceful. I'm really getting that. Like, there's so many contradictions with people that may see you at a glance or hearing the gossip about you, but then when they actually get to, like, experience you, it's a lot different. All right, so we got the Two of Wands here. I'm pretty sure the Two of Inspiration is the Two of Wands. And then we have the Hangman, which again makes me think there's also another 12 here. So ones and twos here. Channeling. Hold on, let me go ahead and get my dice and kind of get some more info really quick here. Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is duality, right? This is choices, you're making plans, and Wands is all about actions, expression, passions, and desires. Yeah, look at that. 11th house and Uranus. So I feel like you are planning on pursuing a new, why am I going to say a new line of work? That is not what I was going to say, but I guess I will say that. You may be planning on pursuing a new line of work where this new line of work could actually be seen in the tech field, technology online. I am getting that for some of you guys here. Wow, I'm hearing a lot of things that aren't really collaborating with the dice, but I'm hearing that you are going to be discovering your purpose in life. And this purpose could be involving helping other people. This makes me think of humanitarian type jobs. So this is like how you can better others, how you can better the environment, better the world around you. This could be seen as technology online. This is what you aspire to be in this lifetime. So this is seen as like a dream or a goal of yours that you've had for a while. So what you're going to be doing is you are going to be planning on how you can take action towards a dream, a goal, or for some of you, this could be seen as a new line of work. And I'm actually seeing that whatever this is that you are going to be pursuing is going to be attracting like-minded people to you. I'm really sensing that. You're going to be kind of embracing this community. I don't know why I want to say embracing, but it's like, I feel like you may be seen as someone that's more of like a lone wolf, and whatever this is that you're wanting to kind of pursue around that March, April timeframe is going to be attracting people that are also very interested in what you are doing or what you have to say. And I think this is something that you didn't really, I don't know if this is something that you want or what you're expecting. I feel like you like to be alone and you like to do things your own way. But whatever it is that you're doing is going to be attracting new people. And it's part of the process is what I'm hearing. Like, I feel like you're meant to learn and heal from other people. That's a really big lesson in this life that you may need to go through. So yes, you may be hurt by others, but there's a way that you need to be able to heal from the hurt that people have caused you, but also be able to come back into society and be seen as a way to help heal and teach other people in a way. Wow, how are you going to be helping heal or teach other people? And I'm hearing art in my head, so maybe your art, your voice. Wow, that's weird. Okay, we got Jupiter in the 4th house, but it looks like 4s. So again, April could be a sign, or you could be seeing the angel number 444. This could be confirmation. But I'm seeing this as being able to explore your inner child, your background, your roots, family issues. So how you could help heal other people is talking about your insecurities, talking about habits. I'm seeing this as exposure too. I don't know why I'm seeing that. Yeah, the sun. So being able to show, right, like show off your insecurities, the things that you keep private about yourself. There's something really strong here about no longer keeping yourself hidden and no longer keeping yourself private. And this could be talking about your home life, your family, how you grew up, maybe possibly patterns, trauma. And it could be seen as a way for you to show that through art, self expression, community, something like that. I am getting that for you. So let's go ahead and look at the Hang Muse, which is the Hangman. This is like introspection, a new idea, a new vision. You're at this place where you're in between the past and in between your new future. And you're kind of like looking at your new life, like what's about to unfold, but also being in this mode of self-reflection. You haven't taken action yet. So let's see. The 10th house as well as Venus. So yeah, your public reputation in terms to the things that you like, maybe possibly your aesthetic, your love life, maybe even your physical beauty, your values, that's going to become public. Why is that? What is that even talking about? I feel like what's going to be changing is you're going to be making a decision about some sort of lifestyle that you want to change, maybe something about your own sexual preferences that you're going to be making pretty public. This could even be seen as your love life, right? Your, yeah, I'm getting this as love and beauty. I feel like you are going to be making something known about your values, your aesthetics, your beauty, and your love life to the point where you want to be recognized for it. You're going to be getting a lot of attention about this. Let me go ahead and clarify with, oh, that's funny. Underneath the deck, it says awakening here. So I'm pretty sure this is the Judgment card. So this is like you are ready to unearth the things that you like, the things that you value. You want to be able to unearth your aesthetic. Okay, it just went to the 7, which is your love life. So you want to be able to maybe become more, yeah, something about you being ready to accept love back into your life. I'm also getting that because of whatever this thing is that you're going to be attracting a lot of people with, it's also going to be helping allow new friendships, new romantic partners, and new business collaborations into your life. I really feel like you're going to be seen as a lot more popular with whatever this change is that you're about to embark on, pile one. It's going to not just bring you a sense of popularity, but there's a sense of stability, community, family. There's a sense of like you're going to be reaping what you sow. There's a blossoming. You are becoming who you're meant to be. And you're going to be attracting your soul tribe, and you're going to be attracting a sense of purpose into your life. But I really am getting that your voice is going to be heard. I don't know why I keep channeling that for you. I want to pull one more card for you, pile one, about what people are about to notice about you or realize, and that will be about it. What are people about to realize for pile one, please? You're discovering the myriad facets of who you are. People are going to be realizing that what they once thought of you is actually no longer who you are. Maybe their perceptions of you were accurate at one point, but it is not accurate anymore because you are a very different person than who you are maybe a year ago. And this may have been a very slow process. I just want to say that, but you have been in this point in your life where you have been trusting the process. You have been making adjustments in your life, or you're about to. And the challenges that you have gone through have been required for you to make changes. And these changes are very noticeable is what I'm hearing. And if you are not seeing the changes yet, they will be made to be very public and very well known that you are a different person around this March-April timeframe. I promise you that. I'm really definitely seeing that as a confirmation for you. But pile one, that is all that I have for you, okay? So I really hope that this was helpful, and I will see all of you later. Bye. Pile 2, you went ahead and chose Marilyn Monroe. This is going to be a reading about what people are realizing about you. And I just want to say one thing. I'm getting a very deep sadness with your pile. I don't know if you guys know the backstory behind Marilyn Monroe. Her real name is Norma Jean, and she pretty much was exploited all of her life, right? Made to, I guess people kind of gave her this title of, attractive dumb blonde. And she was seen in a way that she did not want to be perceived. And in my personal opinion, she had to play a role that wasn't really hers. Okay. She had a very sad life. And I would, if you felt called to this pile, I would maybe just like give you a heads up on maybe you should actually read into her biography or learn a little bit more about Norma Jean. There's something very important about the message of Marilyn Monroe that is relevant to you because she is seen as a sex symbol in society. She was seen as, you know, beautiful, and I guess like she was seen as a very seductive woman too. There was a lot of bad gossip about how she would sleep around in the community. I don't know if that's true or not, but people perceived her to be a very scandalous woman, a very beautiful woman, seen as a dumb blonde, seen as someone that would, sleep with very powerful men to get ahead. But I feel like there was a lot of things that people didn't really realize about Marilyn Monroe. And I was kind of getting that people would put a lot of projections onto her on who they thought she was. And reading into Marilyn Monroe, there was a lot of movie roles. She really wanted to be seen as an actress. And she wanted to be seen in a lot of roles where she wasn't seen as just that dumb blonde, right? She was actually a very intellectual woman. She was very smart, and people didn't really give her that credit. People didn't want to recognize that in her. She was very soft spoken. Oh, sorry, you guys. I kicked my table. I don't know if this is accurate or not, pile 2, but just from what I got from her, I don't know if she was like a bit on the spectrum, like the autistic spectrum, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I kind of got that she never really wanted to look at people directly in the eyes. She actually was a lot more reserved than what people gave her credit for, too. And it's funny that we have Virgo here. She was very much in the spotlight and people noticed her all the time. But there's also this side to her that was very introspective and kind of was like a hermit. She could turn on and off this light in her that people would recognize. But I felt like people exploited her, exploited her story. They basically, she had a fake name that she would go by, but people didn't really know her for her. They knew her for the persona. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up about Marilyn Monroe was because I feel like you are going to be having a coming up moment very soon, pile 2. And if it has already happened, I just want to say that I feel like this is something that's going to be happening very, very soon for you, if not already. So if this is happening right now, I feel like it's starting to happen. Or if it hasn't happened yet, it's going to be happening very soon. And I'm kind of seeing you as this potato, right? Your potatoes grow in the ground. And then when they're ready, right, you pull them out. And potatoes are used for everything, right? Um, People love potatoes, but I feel like you're going to be having this moment of unearthing. People are going to be kind of seeing you as like a stardom. I don't know why I'm getting that, but there's an opportunity that's going to be happening in your life where you are about to step into a new chapter in your life. And this new chapter is going to be seen as very prominent for you. I want to see what area of your life is going to become new, because I'm seeing a newness, a sparkle. But I feel like whatever this new chapter is going to be accompanying, I don't want to speak too soon, but let's see. Yeah, the moon in the 11th house. So you're going to be getting a sense of popularity. There's a new chapter of lots of new people coming to you, new experiences that people may be providing to you. But I'm seeing this as popularity in terms to people liking you, people feeling like they can connect to you. Because think about the moon. The moon is your feelings. The moon is your needs, right? I'm kind of getting that people are going to be craving you in some sort of way. Again, with Marilyn Monroe, people idolized her. Again, the moon and the 11th house can talk about Aquarius, which is the stars. People idolize her. People saw her as a symbol. Again, the star is a symbol, but people don't really know the backstory of her life. She actually grew up in poverty as well. She grew up very poor, I think she went through a lot of abuse as well, and her love life was very sad. She just wanted to be able to settle down and live that happy family life, and unfortunately she was not able to have that. I feel like a deep sadness for her when I think about her story, and for some reason that's relevant for you because I feel like you may actually find a lot of similarities through her backstory with your own life. I would really recommend looking into Marilyn Monroe, or Norma Jean. I kind of want to just call her Norma Jean because Marilyn Monroe wasn't her real name, it was a stage name. I'm just going to say this for you, pal, too. I feel like if you are in anything that has to do with the arts, social media, or something where you could be recognized for something, I'm seeing a really big opportunity for that. But I feel like what's going to be happening is people are going to be recognizing that there's more to the facade. There's a lot more of a depth and a deepness to you than what you are initially giving off. I think what people are going to be realizing about you, pal, too, is there's a persona of what people see maybe online or what people discuss about you or possibly you in your workplace. But then there's another side to you where maybe you're kind of being seen as like a couch potato. Like for example, maybe you're being seen as like that popular guy or that popular girl, but really you go home every day after work and you're just like a couch potato and you Netflix and chill and eat food, and like you don't really go out and like live that party lifestyle. Like I feel like people perceive you one way, but actually you're the complete opposite. And I'm kind of getting like introverted, more at home, more relaxed energy. And maybe there's people in your life or people that will be, seeing you online or whatever, however this is going to be relating to you. They may perceive you to be one way, but you're actually the opposite. I'm getting that. That's the energy that I'm getting. People are going to be realizing that they read you wrong, or they were putting projections onto you. And I'm actually seeing that you are a lot more grounded in reality than maybe what people are giving you credit for. There's the sense that people think that you are, yeah, again, with that mindset of dazed and confused, a dumb blonde. People may not realize how smart you are or how much wisdom you hold. I really am getting that your looks or the way that you act is actually very conflicting with maybe how you grew up or who you are in general. So like for example, maybe you're going to be living a very comfortable lifestyle and you have everything materially is going to be met, and people may see you as someone that's spoiled or egotistical or someone that, has always had the good life. But then maybe you grew up in poverty. Maybe you grew up on welfare. Maybe you had a single parent that was basically struggling to be able to afford diapers and food and the necessities that you needed as a child, right? And they don't know that because you don't go and talk about it. But I'm really getting that your home life, your maybe your traumas, maybe things that you've gone through behind the scenes, early childhood, or even up to now, people don't really realize what it took to become who you are in this moment. I'm hearing Jekyll Hyde. Mr. Jekyll, wait. Yeah, Mr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. How? I don't think I'm saying that right. Anyway, Jekyll and Hyde, it's like the opposite of each other, right? Anyway, pile two, I did choose this butterfly card. Let's go ahead and read what it has to say. I don't need to control life. I trust in magic and miracles. People are going to be realizing that you're okay with not trying to control the narrative of what people say or think about you. You are about to enter a very magical part of your life where I feel like things are just going to start happening for you, unfolding for you, becoming better for you. If you have been feeling directionless, sad, lost, I just want to say, and I'm not trying to like bring any like false hope, but I really do feel this for this pile. Your suffering was not for nothing. You are about to enter a chapter of your life where things will become miraculously better. I'm always stuttering. I'm so sorry, you guys. But I feel like God has a plan for you. I feel like your suffering, your story, yeah, I feel like for a lot of you too, you have a really big story to tell. Like, I feel like you could even write like a memoir or like an autobiography, even write a book. But there's something about your family lineage, maybe even your own story, that you can speak up about that could help a lot of people. But I also feel like this could help open the eyes of what people perceive you to be and recognize that maybe you didn't have it easy growing up, that your life wasn't always, peaches and cream, right? As I feel like you are going to be entering a new part of your life where things are going to be seen as very beautiful for you. Things are going to be seen as easier, richer in your life. What area of your life is about to improve the most? Investments. The eighth house is also intimacy, but this makes me think of your investments. This is your power. So, your power over people, the way that you hold your money. I'm seeing this as like bank accounts, a legacy, a business, possibly. Maybe you'll have your own business, but this is like the end and a new beginning. There's a new chapter, right? But I'm seeing this as continually increasing in value. So, I feel like this could be a family that you want to build, a business, money, investments, anything that you're investing into in this next chapter of your life is going to be continually bearing fruit, right? The seasons of life, it's going to just keep bringing you more success. And there may be some like dry periods, right? But I feel like this is something that could be seen as your legacy, something that will be seen as a stability, a security for you, a foundation, shared resources. I'm even seeing that this could be like you could be meeting the one. I don't know why I'm hearing this, but I'm seeing this as like marriage and family for some reason. So this could be a new chapter in your life where you could be meeting your future spouse, building a life with them, if that's something that you are wanting. I was gonna do one more. I forgot. I'm kind of spacing on what else I want to do. I was going to do one more reason for rolling my dice, but I don't know why I feel called to. I feel called to pull a note out of my fairy for you, pile two, to see what people are going to be realizing about you. And this one is calling my name. I actually got two for you. I didn't do this for the last pile, but I felt called to do this for you for some reason. So let's see what they say. The world will look a little better with some love given by you. Wow. The world will look a little better with some love given by you. So I feel like people are going to be realizing, wow, how hopeful you are. Okay, you actually have three. I thought it was two, but there's something about your heart. There's something about your story. I really feel like there's something that you need to share about you, your life, and your story that could help encourage other people. I don't know what it is that's going to happen, but I feel like there's going to be a really big blessing that enters your life. That's what I was going to do. I was going to roll and see what this blessing or this magic or this miracle was. I will go back to these other fortune cookie notes. I'm sorry, Pal 2. I'm kind of going all over the place. Magic, blessing, or miracle is you. The sun is making me think of your purpose in your self-expression. You yourself. You are going to be finding your identity, your self-expression, your purpose in this life. And it has to do with who you are as a person. Who you are, your image, maybe your physical body, but I'm seeing this as you. How you view yourself, how other people view you is going to be seen as a blessing. It's going to be there's something about you and your persona and your identity that is meant to be noticed, meant to be heard, meant to be seen. And that could be very many different things, right? This could be seen as just you being public about how, I don't know, just like you yourself, your voice, the things that you like, your self expression. But I feel like you're going to be a face that's not forgotten. That's what I'm really hearing for you. So the other things, the other fortune cookie notes I have for you, pile two, is good things come to those who wait. Be patient. You have been waiting for a sign, is what I'm hearing. Also, I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't know if it's going to focus or not. These are roses. If you've been seeing signs of roses, this is a confirmation for you that this reading is for you. But again, roses have thorns, right? Again, your sacrifices, your pain, and your suffering has not been for nothing. I feel like the reason why you've gone through this is not everyone is meant to be in your life. Not everyone is about to experience the abundance that you're about to receive in this life. I really feel like you're going to be having some sort of lucky break soon. And I feel like whatever these lessons that you've learned in this life has taught you a lot of discernment. And not everyone is meant to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Because I feel like whatever this is, because we had the eighth house, whatever this blessing is, you're going to be able to share it with your loved ones and share it with people that love you, that respect you, and people that matter to you. But I feel like in this time in your life, there's been a lot of shedding. There's been a lot of cutting of the old, releasing people that no longer vibrate in your energy. Letting go of past resentments and drama in your life. I feel like you've had to do a lot of shedding in this life. And whatever's about to happen, you're going to start bearing fruit and growing flowers, right? No more shedding, no more losing your leaves, no more of these bare bones. You're going to be kind of like, I don't know why I'm getting so many weird examples, but you're going to be stocking up, right? You're going to be finally like, I don't know. I know I'm kind of like stuttering, kind of all over the place, pal, too, but the last one that you got is someday everything will all make perfect sense. There is a lot of hope that I'm feeling here, and hope can sometimes be a dangerous thing based on other people's perceptions. But sometimes we need hope to keep going, even if it doesn't look very hopeful. We could be like, trying to put fire under our butt, and there are no good things along the way. But because we keep trusting and pushing through the shit, eventually something needs to give, right? It may take several years, a long time. But I feel like you're the type of person that has not given up. You've just kept waiting, waiting, waiting. I'm getting that this has been like at least a 5-year cycle of waiting for something to get better. And I feel like you're finally getting to that point where it's going to start shining on you. There's not going to be so many difficulties. Things are going to be becoming a lot more easier for you. And I'm hearing something about how someone's mental health is going to finally be alleviating. I think a lot of the difficulties that you've been experiencing has been your own sense of self, how you've been perceiving your life, as well as not knowing who you are anymore. And I feel like you are going to be discovering some sort of purpose, and that purpose is you, which is going to be helping, kind of like, I feel like it's going to be allowing you to become more hopeful. I think you've been losing faith. You've been lacking that faith. And whatever this is going to be re-inspiring you to become hopeful again. I want to see what month this is going to start unfolding for you, pile 2. Okay, we got the 11th again. So this could be seen as November. So whenever November is going to be happening for you again, I am posting this in the month of January. So maybe things are starting to become hopeful just a couple of months ago, or this could be at least another year. But I'm seeing November. Okay, so November is going to be a time where things will start to kind of become better and alleviate for you. I'm also seeing that you may have to walk away from something in your past around this time as well, is also what I'm channeling. So let's pull some more cards and see What are people about to realize about you? What are people about to realize about you? Okay, we got the Six of Wands here, and then I dropped another card, so hold on. Wow. I'm telling you, pile 2, you are about to step into the limelight in some area of your life. You're going to be seen as popular, as someone that's noticed, someone that is a symbol, again, a star, a symbol. You had to kind of weather through the challenges and the troubles in your life. You only can see stars in the darkness. So you kind of like pulled yourself out of this darkness in your life, out of this depression, and out of this confusion. And I feel like you had to kind of have hope and believe that things will get better for you. And what people are going to be realizing about you is, I feel like you're going to be building this sense of security in your life. I feel like people are going to just be realizing you in general. And something about that is going to be bringing you security, stability, wealth, and family. I think what people are realizing, you are someone that holds a lot of power. And I'm seeing this as like your emotional power. You're someone that's very creative. I'm seeing this as you hold a lot of creativity. You're someone that's being seen as very emotional and very in touch to their emotions. But whatever this is going to be bringing you new ideas, new opportunities, and new experiences. There's something about your creativity. I really keep getting that. Your creativity, your emotions, and your heart space. That's going to be seen as something that can be building wealth in your life. What area of their life is going to become wealthy? Perception, collaborations, your expression, your communication. So I could see this as you wanting to be an actor, a singer, someone that wants to create. Like, I don't know what it is that you like to do or what you're about to experience, but you're going to be celebrated for it. Celebrating for speaking up, celebrating for creating, celebrating for speaking your truth, something about your self-expression. But I'm seeing this as an artist or a poet or a musician or an actress, right? Or a public speaker. I feel like you hold a lot of art in you. You have a really big imagination, and this like art and beauty, style, imagination that's in you, you're going to be showing that outwardly. But I feel like behind that all, there is like a really deep wound that you're going to be healing with this. Yeah, you're literally going to be unleashing this old you. There is an ending in your life to the point where what you're healing is betrayal. What you're healing is possibly there have been a lot of people that have left your life, or people that may have passed away. I'm getting a lot of pain, right? Whatever this pain was that you're going through, you are blossoming from it. You're learning a lot, and I feel like you're going to be learning to let go. So what people are going to be realizing is what has happened to you to get you to where you're about to go. Like your backstory. People are going to be realizing your way to fame, right? It's really making me think of people like watching biographies or memoirs, or, famous people. Like, think about like Gypsy Rose, or people that are in the media, and then like stories come out about their background or their family lineage or their past, and like you learn information about how they became the way they are, or the struggles that they've had to go through. It's making me think of that. Like, I feel like you're going to become popular or well known in some sort of aspect of your life, and not only are you going to become popular, but there's going to be this like publicity about who you were before, or what you've went through to get to where you're at now. But this blessing that I'm seeing happening in your life around November is a blessing of stability, security, and wealth. And this is going to be a legacy of yours, and something that's long term. So I want to say one message before I go ahead and sign off. For you, pile 2, is to keep going. And I know that's really hard to do when you're depressed or when you're not feeling well enough to keep pushing forward. I really do feel like in my heart that you are not doing this out of vain. God is not punishing you. God may be testing you, but I feel like you are meant to be an example for other people, to help them keep going, to help them keep pushing through. So your suffering is going to be made as an example of what could happen if you keep the faith and if you keep pursuing and you keep trying to follow the path that you're meant to be on. You're going to be seen as a symbol of hope for a lot of other people. You're going to be the muse of inspiration for the people that are also going through the same struggles that you are in this moment right now, pile two. But pile two, that's all that I got to say. I hope that this was helpful, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Pile three, so you went ahead and chose the image that says boys' tears on it. This is your reading all about what are people about to realize about you. And for you, pile three, I'm kind of getting that you are stepping into a very lucky time in your life, or maybe you have been already for a while, but it seems like people may have in the past or right now, people that don't know you very well, are perceiving you to have a very lucky life, a very blessed life, or things come easily to you. So maybe people perceive you to be someone that's good with the ladies, or more of a, I don't want to say this, but like a pick-me girl. I'm kind of getting that people think that things come easily to you, that you're lucky, that you're blessed, and that everything that you could ever want just kind of comes to you at ease. But I think what people are going to be realizing about you, pile three, is you've had to work really hard for the things that you have now, the lifestyle, the respect, or the sense of recognition that maybe you are about to experience in this life. And I feel like this is something where I feel like everyone has the potential to be successful at something. And maybe there's a lot of people that recognize the things that they're naturally good at, but not everyone will pursue their natural gifts or their talents, right? And gifts are things that we were born with, and talents are things that we can improve on to become good at something. I feel like you have a natural gift of voice, is what I'm hearing, but you also have a talent that you've been working hard at to become better and a master at something. So I feel like people may look at you as someone that's very gifted. This is the message I'm getting. Someone's going to be seeing you as someone that's very gifted, someone that was born with the gift of popularity, or the gift of charm, or the gift of humor. I'm kind of getting that people may see you as someone that you can kind of like receive the things that you want, the compliments, validation, monetary things. I'm seeing this as people, like people just wanting to give you things. I don't think you've always had this skill. I think this is something that you've had to work with over time, because I think you realize like, oh yeah, this is a talent that I have, but I can become better at it. And you've been working hard at something. So I'm seeing this as the Eight of Pentacles. This didn't just come to you with ease. It wasn't just given to you. This is something that you've had to work hard on, study for, and you've had to make a lot of mistakes along the way. But there's a lot of outsiders right now that are seeing you as someone that has always had this gift, someone that's always been good at this, and someone that will go really far, because maybe people are perceiving you to have people giving you things or offering you advice or offering you the help. But I feel like this is something that is self-made, something that you've had to teach yourself, something that you've had to, have a lot of long nights putting your blood, sweat, and tears into it. And I feel like at this moment in time, you're starting to show off your progress, or it's about to start showing a lot more progress. And people are going to be, recognizing this. But I think the people that are closest to you will be recognizing that it was a lot of hard work, that it wasn't just this super easy thing that came to you. And maybe even if it was still something that you had to really put a lot of time and energy into. There were still things that you needed to become better at and learn and to improve on to get where you're at now, or where you're going to be coming. started to be getting to the point of where you're going to be seen as a master at what you're doing. And I want to see what it is that you're mastering, because I really feel like there's something that you're improving on that's in this mode of transition, right? People are starting to recognize it. I don't think it's really hit its peak yet, but it feels really soon, like it's about to. Third house and Saturn. So, yeah, Saturn is all about hard work, you guys. Like, Saturn is literally about structure. This is maturity. This is how you are responsible, your limits, authority, right? Saturn is seen as that authoritative figure, someone that's seen as like a parent or someone of like a leader, but it wasn't just given to them, it was through hard work and dedication. And then the third house could be seen as writing, public speaking, learning, right? You are learning something that you are going to be seen as the master at. You're going from the student to the teacher. And I feel like this could be seen in writing, expression, communication, blogging, possibly the internet, social media. But I'm seeing this as you are going to be recognized for your communication skills, for how intelligent you are, for how knowledgeable you are on something, how you can connect with other people, whether this be online or just in general, how you connect with others, how you can relate to other people. There's something about you that's coming with a lot of wisdom too. Because think about Saturn. Saturn comes with a lot of hard lessons, but these lessons can also be turned into maturity, can be used as information, knowledge, right? These were hard things that you had to go through, but you can use it as tools in your toolbox to help better you and other people, possibly. So people are going to be realizing the hard work that you had to put in to be able to have this talent or expertise in whatever it is that you're working hard on. I want to see what the butterfly says behind here. Life is good to me. So I do feel like you are about to enter a point in your life, or you could already be experiencing life's little pleasures. I am seeing that. So if you've been working your ass off at your job, staying late a lot of nights, working overtime, paying for those extra classes, I'm seeing that your hard work, your work ethic, your struggle, your hustling is going to start bringing in monetary value, or it's going to start bringing you more comfort or ease in some sort of your life. I feel like you've been really putting in a lot of time and energy into something, and it's been really tolling on you physically and mentally. And I feel like that's going to start coming to a point of ease for you. It's going to be a lot more relaxed. It's not going to be going, 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 hustling, hustling, hustling. It's not going to be so continuous and so strict on you. Like, things are going to be becoming a lot more relaxed because you're finally starting to become better at it, to the point where you don't have to push yourself as hard. You're starting to get the recognition that you're wanting. You're starting to make more money from this because people are recognizing, like, okay, they are getting good at this. I want to buy their services, or I want to pay them for the time that they've been spending overtime, right? So I feel like you're going to be kind of getting this equal give and take for the time and the work and the effort that you've been putting into, that feels like you were kind of just giving it away and you weren't really getting anything back in return. So that's going to be changing. But again, people are realizing that this, I guess I'm kind of seeing this as things are going to be seen as easier for you. And I feel like people are going to be realizing that it wasn't always this easy. People are going to be looking at all the hard work that you had to put into this. And for some of you, it could have been a lot of years, right? A lot of years of not being discovered or not being recognized, or a lot of years of hustling and scraping by financially until you kind of hit this moment of, like, the right people are attracted to you, or people are noticing that there's certain, like, paperwork or files that were missing, or someone wasn't putting in the right time for your work, right? I feel like this could even be seen as you had been working extra hours and it wasn't being noted on the computer or in your work file, and people are going to be realizing, like, oh, you've been working all these hours, like, you need to be compensated for it. It could be something like that too. I'm hearing the IRS in my head, so the IRS could also be sending you a pretty hearty paycheck of possibly things that were once owed to you. and it's going to be seen as a really big blessing. Because I am feeling like whatever this is that people are going to be thinking, oh, pile 3 has always had it good. I feel like this is something that's been owed to you for a while, and it's something that's been kind of accumulating. It may even have more interest on it now, and so it's going to be seen as almost like a windfall in a way, but it's actually previously all of the things that were owed to you at one point that's coming in all at the same time. So it's being seen as a really big paycheck or a really big loan or a really big lump sum of something. What is it that pile 3 is going to be receiving for all of this hard work? What is this? 12th house in the sun. Again, the hidden coming to the light. Again, I'm hearing debt forgiveness. I'm hearing closure. Something that was hidden is about to come to the light. So whatever that means for you, you are about to receive what was being kept from you. You are about to receive what was being hidden from you. What was seen as very confusing for you. And for some of you, I heard debt forgiveness here, so that could be resonating with someone here. Something about the arts is coming up for me here. Something about psychic abilities. So this could even be seen as if you're in a psychic field of work, you could be getting, your psychic abilities could actually be leveling up extremely. You're going to be getting the sight, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm seeing this as something that was hidden, closed off, or stored away is about to be made public. It's about to be made seen. It's going to be recognized, right? It's going to be very noticeable. I'm hearing there's a purpose for why it was hidden the way it was. So I feel like this was all of like a timing thing for you, pile 3. And right now, or the time that it's about to happen at, let's go ahead and see when this is going to happen for you. I want to use my timing dice. When is this going to unfold for pile 3? Pisces season, which again, the 12 is the Pisces season. So everything's going to start unfolding for you around Pisces season. So if you're watching this when I'm posting this, we are in Aquarius season right now. The month of February is when Pisces season is about to start for you. So it could be very, very soon, pile 3. But if not, the next Pisces season is when this is going to start unfolding for you. So this could be happening very, very quickly. And I'm hearing a dream. This is going to be coming off to you as almost like it doesn't feel real. It feels like a dream. Something that you've been pursuing this could be seen as like a dream that you've been wanting to pursue, and it's finally going to start showing that progress that you've been putting into it. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for you. So let's go ahead and see what other messages of what people are about to realize about you. It's kind of funny, pile 3, because when I was thinking of this video title, I feel like the piles have been very different than what I thought this video was going to be. It's not really talking about what people are realizing. It's like a lot of future things that are going to be happening. I really feel like there's a lot of shifts and changes that are going to be happening in the collective around this year. If you're watching this in 2024, I feel like around the solar eclipse, which is in April, there's going to be a lot of changes happening in the collective. And I feel like that's something that Spirit really wants to keep talking about. Anyway, what are people going to start realizing about pile 3? Okay, here we go. 6 of Voices, which is the 6 of Swords. So the 6 of Swords makes me think of a renewal, right? Healing. The swords are your limits, your words, your ideas, your thoughts. People are going to be realizing that you pushed past your limits. Even with the semi-sextile, this is allowing opportunity with effort, potential for growth, energies attract, lack of ease. People are going to be seeing that you pushed against your limitations. You have been trying to find the sense of peace in a moment in your life where things didn't really seem very peaceful. You were kind of being seen as you turned lemons into lemonade. Like everyone has potential in their life, right? Not everyone has the ability to actually pursue that because maybe of a lack of faith, lack of confidence. Maybe they feel like they're not good enough, or possibly they don't have the stamina to keep pursuing what they're doing. But for some reason, whatever it is that you're doing, regardless of the lashback, the conflicts, the competition, whatever it is, you have kept it moving and you have pushed yourself to keep going at it. And I feel like what people are going to be realizing is the success or the progress that you are about to, have in whatever it is that you're working towards wasn't something that came easily to you. It was something that you had to keep pushing yourself. And there is a mountain in the background. So I really feel like you are going to be moving away from a lot of things that were seen as challenging for you, obstacles in your life. You're going to be entering a chapter of your life, pile 3, where I keep wanting to say things are going to be seen as easier for you. I don't know if you even believe this or not yet. So I feel like when this easier chapter comes in, you're going to keep bracing yourself for what is going to be taken from me. What else bad is going to be happening? Like, you're going to keep experiencing, or you're going to keep thinking you're going to keep experiencing hurdles or obstacles or challenges. But you're going to be like, oh, you're like, okay, maybe this is fine. Like, maybe this is a time in my life where things are not so hard anymore. Like, you're going to be kind of like not feeling so stiff. Like, your body isn't going to be so rigid. It's not going to be so stiff. And you're going to be feeling more relaxed because you're going to be realizing that things are not going to be as challenging as they were for you in the very beginning of when you did this. And it's because you've been making a lot of progress. I'm seeing this as you have been making progress. So maybe some people, I'm also getting that the people that aren't seeing the potential that you have right now, they could actually have been seeing you as someone that has been very limited. So maybe people didn't really believe in your cause. People were kind of like, no, pile 3 can't do it. They actually may be realizing that you are actually becoming way better at what you're doing than maybe what they gave you credit for. That you're not as limited as maybe they perceived you to be. That you're someone that actually has the capability to make this potential into something that's real life and something that's very capable for you. So you actually could be changing a lot of people's minds of what is available to you, what you are good at, and also what you are meant to have in this world. Like, I'm kind of hearing your work ethic is going to be blowing a lot of people away. The way that you put yourself to work, the way that you can keep yourself organized, the way that you can keep applying yourself. People are going to be very surprised by that, but also they're going to be kind of like looking up to you in a way where they really admire your work ethic. I think you are just a really detail-oriented person. You're a hard worker, but a lot of it has been behind the scenes. And I think people are going to be recognizing like, wow, like pile 3 has been sticking to it. Pile 3 has not been letting anyone or anything get them down. And pile 3 is actually really good at what they're doing. So you're going to be impressing people. You're going to be surprising people, but you're going to be impressing people. Yeah, we got the world here. So you are literally going to be reaching a point of completion. This is success, completion, and something that you can be just really proud of yourself for. So this is a really big chapter. Again, the 8 of Pentacles that I was channeling for you to the World card, a job well done is what I'm hearing. This is your fulfillment. This is your milestone being reached. This is the chapter that you have been aiming for to complete, and it's finally being completed. I feel like people are going to be realizing, again, I just want to keep reiterating all the hard work and effort that you have been putting into yourself and whatever it is that you've been doing. People are going to be realizing that you have been working your ass off behind the scenes, and I'm seeing a lot of people just being so proud of you. I think people are going to be really proud of you once they realize everything that you've gone to get to where you're about to be. They're going to be like seeing all the hard work that you've made, and they're going to just be really proud of you. And I'm actually seeing a lot of people wanting to celebrate with you in terms to whatever this is that you are completing. Because I feel like this is something that you've been doing for a long time. And it's finally hitting this peak of, again, relaxation. The Hermit. Yeah, I feel like this has been a part of your journey where you've been kind of isolated. This has been a lot of self-reflection. inner solitude. When you think of the hermit, this is someone that, is going through a lot of trials and lessons in their life, but it's teaching them a lot of valuable lessons and wisdom. So you're going to be seen as someone that maybe you started this initially when you were younger, and you're coming out as maybe coming off as someone that seems more mature, or someone that actually is quite older physically. But this was a journey. It's making me think that this was a journey for you, pile three, of self-discovery, of learning your values, your work ethic, what you're naturally good at, as well as how to keep yourself motivated to get to the goal that you wish to achieve. And people are going to be really inspired by that. So people are going to be realizing that you're a really hard worker, and that they want to be able to pursue their own goals and their own talents and work hard just like you. And to end your reading off, pile three, I'm going to go ahead and just pull some random little notes out of here to see what else you need to know, what people are realizing about you, or just any other messages that God, Spirit, or the universe has for you. And a lot of these notes I get from Chinese food, fortune cookies, as well as yogi tea notes, but it says the brightness of your being is generated from within. So again, it's funny that we said that, because look at this brightness. I feel like you're going to start shining. You're going to start showing something off. And people are going to be realizing that whatever this is that you're showing off, is something that had to come from within you. It wasn't something that was given to you. It wasn't something that people had to help you with. This was all you. All of this was you. All of this possibility of you believing in yourself and hard work. A faithful man will abound with blessings. Okay, so I'm seeing this as you have been faithful to your cause. It's funny because I would see this as love or someone coming to you, but I'm actually seeing this as you, pile three, regardless if you're a man or a woman. You have been faithful to your cause. You have been faithful to your goals. You have been consistent. You have been working hard. And that is going to be bringing blessings into your life, if not already, where things are going to be seen as easier, more comfortable, more rich in your life. No more late nights at your job, strapping for cash. You're going to be living a very comfortable life, is what I'm hearing, very, very soon. And it's because of you. It's because of your hard work. It wasn't just given to you. But pile three, that's all that I have for you. I hope that this was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.